When most people are asked questions such as, who was the most influential person in your life? Or who inspired you to be what you are today? Many times, an older family member is the person that comes to their mind. Other times, it's a historical figure that overcome obstacles or stood up for a cause. However, more often than not, it's a teacher that's at the top of their list. Usually a teacher that they connected with, was able to help them through something, and made a long-lasting impression on them. If teachers are such important people in society and can inspire people to make something of themselves, why are they paid so poorly? I believe that teachers of all grade levels should be paid higher than they are today. To show this, I will compare the teacher's salary with other professions, and also the duties of teacher and the hours they put in, along with personal testimony. Starting with the teacher's salary, an average U.S. starting teacher's job depends on the state and the school district that they teach in, but it's usually around $25,000 to $35,000 a year. In Nebraska, a first-year teacher will make about $29,000, which is less than the average United States job. Salaries usually increase about 2 to 3% with each year of teaching, according to topeducationdegrees.com. With additional degrees, salaries increase further. However, this means more time spent outside of the teaching class, more money spent on education, and actually, more degrees decreases your chances of getting an initial job, because schoolers are willing to pay someone less qualified less money, instead of someone more qualified more money. To show this, I have a quote from my high school band director. While getting my master's degree ended up being a very good choice, it did have some initial setbacks. I had to take out more loans, but it wasn't just financial. Once I got my degree, I was turned down by all of the high schools that I put in an application for, because they didn't want to pay me as much. You can see that by getting a master's degree doesn't necessarily mean that you're more likely to get a job. In comparison with other professional salaries, a rookie NFL player, they make a minimum salary of $295,000 a year in 2009, not including endorsements. This is according to NFL salaries. They risk the risk of injury, they have a hard physical laborious job, and they put many hours into their work. A first-year general surgeon makes around $226,000 a year. This is according to allied physicians. They are important to society, they put in many hours, and they have a very stressful job. A first-year corporate lawyer makes around $145,000 a year. This is according to Rosen. They are also important to society, put in many hours, and have a very stressful job. Teachers have very similar qualities and aspects to their job. They are very important to society, put in many hours, and their job is very, very stressful. In fact, the hours that they put in compared to other professions is very impressive. The average school day is approximately from about 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then on top of that, you have lesson planning, which can be 1 to 2 hours or more per night. Grading, which is also 1 to 2 hours or more per night. Meetings, which can be 4 to 5 or more hours per week. And then when it comes to the weekend, weekends usually consist of catching up on whatever they missed during the week. So that means that their job is really a 7-day-a-week job. A dedicated teacher spends at least 13 hours a day on their schoolwork. That means about 70 hours a week, and probably more. U.S. teachers have the most teaching hours in a year of all industrialized countries, yet they were the 5th lowest paid, according to Segal. To show this, I have a quote from another one of my teachers in high school. My first 2 years of teaching were incredibly challenging. I could barely afford to pay rent on my apartment, and the loan on my car, and the loans from college. I paid the bare minimum on everything, just to get by. And it was very tough. Even though I knew I was making an impact on my students, I felt like I wasn't being rewarded for my efforts. Some of the duties and responsibilities of a teacher are preparing the children for the world, the real world, not just educating their specific subject. Teachers inspire. They inspire the athletes, the doctors, and the lawyers of this world. They make them who they want to be. They also instill values on children, according to Teachers First. Other than the parents, sometimes teachers are the only source for these values, including honesty, integrity, and hard work. Teachers are the example to follow. Teachers also ensure a positive contribution to society. I have another quote from one of my college professors, Dr. Casrem. Without great teachers, students would have a hard time finding direction in this world. There are so many distractions, parents are busier than ever, and often the only thing deterring a student from complete chaos is a teacher willing to be the guide that keeps them on track. One of the most important quotes for education in the past several years has been from President Obama. In his 2011 State of the Union address, he said, "If you want to make a difference in the life of our nation, if you want to make a difference in the life of a child, become a teacher. Your country needs you." This is what President Obama said in his 2011 State of the Union address. In conclusion, for the amount of hours, the true hours that teachers put in every week, every year, every day, they are paid way too low. For the level of importance of the job of a teacher, teachers are paid much too low. Even the president believes that teachers have one of the most important jobs in this country. And if he wants to encourage the next generation to become teachers, then maybe he should be the spark that leads to a pay increase. That way people with these important jobs are not just surviving month to month, eating ramen noodles just to survive. I hope this inspires you to make a difference. Thank you.